Welcome back everyone to another video. This is actually going to be take 2 on the weekly trade breakdown. I did record this on Sunday, but sadly I realized that I recorded the face, but I didn't record the actual screen. So the actual TA itself was non-existent, sadly. But on the bright side, this is going to be a very short video just because all the TAs are already drawn up. I'm going to give you guys my reasoning and how confident I feel in these trades. That way you guys can kind of see the thought process that I have behind it. And I know I'm wearing glasses, a little different. My eyesight's just shot already from being on the computer so long. But nonetheless, we're going to jump on the computer and break down XAAUSD, US30, GJ, and EU. So on XAAUSD, like I did before, I do draw up 2 scenarios, which is long and short. I personally like the long position more just because we have been pumping for the last couple of days and the trend is your friend. So ultimately, that's what I want to stick to. Now, the long position is going to be up here. And let me just, that's fine. But the main thing that I see with the long position is we want to see a retest of the support area right here. I understand that this is the short position, but ignore this for a second. I'll just drag that out of the way and I will delete that. So the long position is over here. And the main reason that I like the long position is because, like I said, we have been on a very bullish scent for the last couple days. And with that said, we want to retest the support area here and get the most optimal entry. Yes, you can get in right here, but that's not really what you want to do. And the reason I say that is because why would you want to get in up here and then have this drawdown? There's a lot of mistakes that a lot of new traders do, is that they have FOMO, right? So like, oh my God, it's in an uptrend and you know my bias is for a buy, so I'm gonna get in right now. That's not okay. And the main reason I say that is because you start taking a lot of drawdown that you essentially don't have to, right? Like, why would you want to hold drawdown, right? Why would you not want to get in at the most optimal time? Like I've always said before, there's never a perfect entry. The perfect entry does not exist. The perfect entry was years ago, and obviously you can't go back in time and place an entry. If not, we would all be rich and life would be very, very easy. But that is not the case. So we want to get in close to our support area, and that's just so we could have the best position possible, or at least the position that it's in most favor for us to make money. So in this case, sorry, this is going to be a 1 to 4 or 1 to 5. You can round that up. I'm going to show you guys the main thing that we want to go for, and where we actually are aiming for is on the monthly. You're going to see that this is a resistance area, but we are broken above it, and we want to go for these wicks up here. And the reason I'm not aiming any higher is because we have no data behind higher price action, right? There's nothing else. We don't have anything. This is the highest gold has ever been. So we want to continue on this tip, and we want to capture this little 1 to 5 while we can. Now, of course, like I said, I did have a short position drawn up, and I'm gonna show you guys that right now. Where's my short? Come over here. Cool, awesome. Now, like I had drawn up with these little arrows, is we're gonna want to see a break, retest, and we're gonna get in off the retest. Please, guys, do not get in the moment price touches that entry, right? Because this is a break and retest. That you want to get in at the retest, right? Big words, retest. That's what you want to aim for. You don't want to aim for the moment price touches this. And with the short, we actually have more opportunity to make more money. But again, the bias is not for a short right now, right? So the trend is your friend. That's what you want to go off of. If you want to take the reversal trade, you can. Just make sure you wait for that confirmation off the break and retest, and then you have more momentum, or you have a better intuition for you to continue going short rather than long. Hope you guys understand that. If you guys want, let me actually, since these are pretty long, let me actually shorten this, and we'll go on the 4 hour, and you could actually see the entries for the short, which are right, oh my bad, which are right here, right, 96.7, 19.89 for the stop loss, and then you have 18.06 for the TP. Of course, that is not going to be your realistic TP. You have a lot of TPs in between, and the main reason I like doing these long drawn out trades is because it'll actually allow you to take a lot of take profit along the way down, and you're securing profit, right? Why would you not want to be securing that money into the account? Now, for the long position, let's move this down. Oh, where was I? My bad. For a long position, these are going to be your entries. Still going to be the same exact thing. I know, funny enough, same thing for a short, same thing for a long. That's just that point of interest that we want to get in on. Now, of course, you do have another opportunity to get in on a short, which I'll show you guys. Just pause the video and get these entries down. I'm going to move this out of the way. You have another opportunity, which will be right here. And that's just because you do have this resistance area right here. And then it's even better just for the fact that it's, you know, there's less of a chance of you holding that drawdown for that short. But again, the short that you get in right here would only be off of the confirmation from the retest. So nonetheless, I'm going to move now to US30. US30, like I said, this whole video was done on Sunday, but I accidentally forgot to hit record on the computer. And that was on me. And here we are. But it's okay because we didn't miss anything, or at least none of the trades actually happened. So yeah, that's a good thing. We didn't miss any of the trades. The trades just haven't got to that area of interest yet. So for the long position on US30, you're going to see that we actually did sell off quite a bit, and that was all due to the banking incident, not banking incident, but essentially the mismanagement of funds. You had Silicon Valley Bank go insolvent. You had Credit Suisse not too long ago as well. So all these things are playing a huge role into the market's conditions right now. So on the 4-hour, we can see that we're still in this ugly range. So we could play a long once we break and retest the area, or we can play the short, which is the easy play, which is obviously a little, I feel like there's more sentiment for the short than there is the long. But at the end of the day, you never know what could happen. At the end of the day, as traders, it's our job to not be biased for a buy or a sell. It's our job just to manage the risk and see what we can do with the market and what we can capitalize on. Remember, we're in the industry of making money, not tying ourselves to a buy or a sell. You leave the ego at the door and you stick to your reasoning on the charts. So I'll leave it. Let me just move this out of the way so you can go off of the short, which I would prefer you guys to go off of. These are your entry points, right? Your entry is going to be 32,277, stop loss 32,472, and your TP 31,306. Right, now let's move this out of the way, and then we're going to go for a long position. And these are your data points for your long position. You guys can just pause the video, take a picture of it, write it down, whatever you guys want, or maybe even screenshot it and then just have it up on your computer if this is a trade that you guys do want to monitor yourselves. Now, let me, for my sake, let me just leave this here so I can look at it. So on GJ, I did explain on my Sunday TA that I don't essentially like this trade. And I didn't take it, matter of fact, because as you can tell, it was supposed to be a break or retest. So I did draw this up now just to see what my actual entry would be like and what need to happen. And I know I typically say let the 4-hour candle close above, which it did. I still don't like it, so I decided to stay out of it and wait for another retest and then continue going. Now, you guys are probably thinking, Devin, are you high? What type of fucking support do you see here? And let me explain to you guys. Let's go on the daily, right? Look at all these areas of support. You can see it clear as day. Sorry. All right, look at this. Support. Like all, I mean, I could just do this, like all support, sorry. But yeah, all that support, right? Support, 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 resistance became support. So that's what I see right there. And that's why I have that area drawn up. Like I said, there's a lot of noise at GJ right now. So it's not a very confident trade. I do prefer to take the XAAUSD as well as the US30 trade first. So GJ is kind of just on the back burner. If it happens, it happens. And even if it does happen, I personally am not going to go in for a full position that I normally go in with. I will probably go in with half the lot size that I normally do just because of the confidence I have in this trade as well as the noise that it's in. There's too many areas right here that are interfering with the actual trade. Now, EU. EU, I got a little lucky and I did catch a short last week. And that was mainly because I saw a lot of resistance up here. And that's kind of the area of interest that we have on this one. I didn't draw anything up just because, like I said, well, you guys wouldn't know. But on Sunday, I spoke about wanting to wait to see where price action wanted to take it. If price action would keep pushing up, that's great because I didn't see any opportunity for me to get in for a buy and capitalize on that. The only opportunity I saw was for it to come back down here and retest this area of resistance, which it didn't do anyways. So I didn't even bother. And what I essentially want to see is I want to see EU. I want to see what EU does up here and see if this resistance area gets respected again. And we can possibly go in for a short. Now, if we go in for a short, then that's beautiful, right? So the short is going to have multiple TPs, and I'm also going to want to drag it all the way down here just because that's what EU has been doing. Every time it hits these big resistance areas, it just shorts completely. As you can tell, this move is almost a copy of this one, but this was even huge, even bigger, just for the fact that we had that news of the Silicon Valley Bank going insolvent that day. So this is a short position that we're looking at for EU. It still hasn't happened, and I understand there's a lot of bullish momentum, so this is going to be a counter trend trade. So it's not, I know it's not a typical trade that I go for, but the buy position that I would have to take on EU for me to make sense of it would be down here, and even then it still doesn't make that much sense. Like the actual risk reward just isn't too favorable, just because I feel like I can get wicked out of this trade, even though it's a 1 to 3. Ultimately, I'd even want it even less, but anything can happen. So EU is just going to be a sit on your hands for now and wait, because price action is right in the middle. So there's not much for us to do. Just to go back and see what we saw on gold and US30. This is the position. Well, I did delete my bad. I did then delete my long position. So we're actually going to put that back because I'm more in favor of the long position than I am the short. Hold up. Oh, my bad. There it is. My fault. My long position is right there. It just higher time frame. You know how it is sometimes when you're on the lower time frame, then you forget, you draw something up on the higher time frame. Nonetheless, I digress on that point because that was super unorganized. But anyways, right, we have two possible positions on gold. We have two possible positions on US30. The bias on gold would be for a buy. The bias on US30 will be for a short. The bias for GJ, no bias. I would leave no bias on GJ. And then EU, I would leave no bias as well. So I do like my gold and US30 for this week. Nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any questions or do want to contact me directly for free, it's no charge. I'm actually not providing any services at all right now. So I'm not selling nothing. Everything's free signals. Mentorship's not even live anymore just because I stopped mentoring for a little bit just to take a little break from everything. I'll possibly open that back up if I decide to in the future, or probably do like a little boot camp of some sort. Anyways, hope everyone's having a great week or a great month, and enjoy your trading week.
Hey guys, sorry for interrupting your video, but I just wanted to let you guys know, if you guys check the link in the description, I do have a private little link right there for you guys to have direct access to me through Telegram. It's not a bot, it's not some computerized assistant or anything. It's my personal Telegram link to where you can send me messages on any questions you guys have or other topics you guys want to talk about, and I'll be more than happy to respond to you guys. I'll try to respond to as many as you as possible. If I don't respond at the same time, just give me a couple minutes or an hour and I'll get to you accordingly. Now, also in the link in the description, I do have all the free Telegram, the signals chat. I do have the website where I offer all the services, and I also have a direct link to the free forex and stock market coursework as well as crypto coursework.